Alex had moved apartments more times than they could count, but this new place felt different. The building was modern, with shiny metal walls, soft glowing lights, and a faint hum of technology in the air. The apartment itself was small but clean, with a tiny kitchen, a living area, and a bedroom that looked out over the city. It was perfect for someone who wanted privacy, or so Alex thought. Carrying the last box from the hover truck, Alex muttered to themselves, "Finally a quiet place." They set the box down and wiped sweat from their forehead. The apartment smelled faintly of ozone and some chemical Alex couldn't identify. Strange, but not unpleasant. Alex had barely set down the box when a voice echoed from the shadows near the living room. "You're here." Alex froze. Their heart jumped. The voice was soft, almost musical, but it carried a confidence that made it impossible to ignore. "Who's there?" Alex asked, stepping cautiously forward. A figure emerged. At first glance, Alex thought it was a person, but the eyes glowing faintly in amber told a different story. The skin was smooth, slightly iridescent, and thin lines of light ran along the arms and neck like living tattoos. The humanoid looked human but not. "I am Aerith," the figure said, bowing slightly. "And you are mine," Alex blinked. "Excuse me?" "You belong with me now," Aerith said calmly, as if stating a fact everyone already knew. "Roommates share more than space. You are mine by tradition of my people." Alex stepped back. "A tradition?" Their brains scrambled to process. Was this some elaborate joke? Some virtual reality prank? "I do not joke," Aerith said. Their amber eyes studied Alex, tilting their head. "Day 1. Claim made. You may resist, but it is pointless," Alex laughed nervously. "Okay, I think you've got the wrong idea. I'm just renting this apartment." "That's it?" Aerith's gaze softened slightly. "I understand your perspective, human. But in my world, claiming is a gesture of trust. It means I protect you. You protect me. Mutual benefit." Alex paused. The statement was strange, but somehow it didn't sound threatening. It sounded caring. Somehow the alien's calm voice made Alex feel safe, even if a little nervous. "All right," Alex said slowly. "Let's say I believe you. What now?" Aerith smiled, though it was more a curve of their lips and a soft glow along their jaw than a human smile. "Now we live together. You adjust to my ways. I adjust to yours. Harmony will follow." Alex exhaled and dropped onto the sofa. "This is going to be weird." "Yes," Aerith said simply, "but also necessary." Over the next hour, Alex unpacked boxes while Aerith floated gracefully around the apartment, rearranging things in ways that felt alien. Plates were stacked in geometric patterns. Furniture was shifted to face the windows, maximizing natural light. A small device hummed in the corner, adjusting air quality and temperature. Alex tried to stop them. "Hey, Don't move that, it's my desk." Aerith paused, one glowing hand hovering over the surface. "Ah, important to you. I understand." "Desk remains," Alex blinked. "Wait, you just read my mind?" Aerith shook their head. "Not exactly. I sense preferences." "It is different from your thoughts." Alex rubbed their eyes. "Yeah, okay. That's not creepy at all." Despite the initial shock, Alex couldn't help but be fascinated. Aerith's movements were elegant, almost dance-like, and their attention to detail was extraordinary. They cleaned, organized, and even began a small garden on the balcony, with plants Alex had only seen in digital stores. By evening, the apartment felt different. Cleaner, brighter, somehow alive. Alex sat on the sofa exhausted but oddly content. Aerith perched on the edge of the table, glowing faintly in the low light. "You will sleep soon," Aerith said. "Your body needs rest," Alex laughed. "Thanks for the reminder, Captain Obvious." "You call me that?" Aerith tilted their head. "I am learning human humor," Alex smirked. "Well, you're doing okay so far." They both sat in quiet for a few minutes, listening to the hum of the city below. Then Aerith spoke again. "I must explain something about the claim." Alex groaned. "Here we go. When I claim someone, it is a promise. I protect, guide, and care. You are free to live as you choose, but danger will be met together. It is a partnership." Alex felt a shiver, not of fear, but of curiosity. "So, I'm not owned?" Aerith's glowing eyes softened. "No, ownership is a poor human translation. You are chosen to share life, not to be controlled." Alex leaned back, thinking. The apartment was small, quiet, and lonely before, but now it felt alive. Somehow, knowing Aerith was here, sharing the space made it warmer, safer even. Exciting, all right, Alex said finally. I don't fully understand this claim thing, but I guess we'll see where it goes. Aerith's glow brightened. Acceptance noted. This will strengthen our bond. The rest of the night passed peacefully. Aerith demonstrated some minor alien abilities, levitating small objects, creating a faint light display in the corner, even adjusting the air to feel more comfortable. Alex watched, amazed. Even though this was a human apartment with human routines, it was no longer just a human space. By the time Alex crawled into bed, they felt a strange mix of exhaustion and anticipation. They had lived alone, shared apartments, even roomed with AI in the past, but nothing like this. This was living with an alien who had claimed them in a way that felt both strange and oddly right. As Alex drifted off, they thought about the possibilities. Aerith was more than just a roommate. They were a puzzle, a mystery, and perhaps in time a companion. The city outside was quiet, but inside the apartment, a new story had begun. A story where humans and aliens could share not just space, but trust, respect, and maybe even friendship. Aerith hovered silently near the bed, their soft glow casting gentle patterns on the wall. They watched Alex sleep, aware that the first day was only the beginning. Tomorrow, the real test of harmony and coexistence would begin. But for now, the claim had been made and somehow neither of them seemed to mind. Outside, the city lights blinked. Inside, two very different beings shared a single apartment, and for the first time, Alex felt that maybe, just maybe, this unexpected roommate would change their life forever. The next morning, sunlight spilled through the apartment's wide windows, casting soft patterns on the walls. Alex woke with a start, rubbing their eyes. Something felt different. Across the room, Aerith was already awake, sitting on the edge of the kitchen counter, gently adjusting the air circulation with a subtle glow around their hands. The soft hum of the apartment was calmer than usual, but the presence of Aerith made everything feel alive. "Good morning," Alex muttered, still half asleep. "Morning," Aerith replied, their voice calm and even. "You slept well. Vital signs indicate optimal rest. Shall we begin the day?" Alex blinked. "Begin the day? I usually just get coffee and go to work." Aerith's head tilted. Human routines. I must observe and adapt. Coffee is your ritual. I will participate," Alex groaned. "You don't have to drink coffee, you know." "I do not require caffeine," Aerith said, "but participation strengthens our bond." By the time Alex had finished brewing coffee, Aerith had already rearranged the living area again. Chairs were angled for conversation. The table had a small geometric display of breakfast items, and a few alien-looking plants glowed softly along the balcony railing. "Aerith, why did you move the chairs?" Alex asked, frowning. "Optimal positioning for communication and energy flow," Aerith explained. "Humans call it feng shui. I call it efficiency." Alex sighed but couldn't hide a small smile. Aerith's confidence and precision were strange, yet strangely comforting. Breakfast passed with awkward attempts at small talk. Alex tried to understand Aerith's world, asking questions about the glowing markings on their skin, the way their eyes shifted colors, and the soft hum that seemed to follow them. "My species values visibility of thought and emotion," Aerith explained. "The markings communicate subtle information. You will learn to read them." Alex nodded slowly. "Okay, that's a lot to take in." As the day went on, Alex discovered that living with Aerith was nothing like living with a human roommate, or even an AI. Aerith had routines, but their routines were unpredictable and fascinating. They cleaned in geometric patterns, organized items by weight rather than use, and sometimes paused mid-action to observe Alex's gestures and reactions. "You humans are peculiar," Aerith said while stacking books. "You value aesthetics over efficiency. Strange," Alex laughed. "I value comfort, not chaos." Aerith tilted their head. "Comfort and chaos are not mutually exclusive. You will see." By mid-morning, the first minor conflict arose. Alex had a stack of papers on the desk, a mix of work documents and personal notes. Aerith floated by, extending a glowing hand, and gently lifted the papers. "These are disorganized. Alignment suggested," Aerith said. "Hey, those are important." Alex exclaimed. "They are safe." "They are aligned," Alex groaned. "I guess fine. But be careful, okay?" Aerith's glow dimmed slightly. "Acknowledged." Despite these small clashes, Alex felt an unusual sense of calm. Aerith's careful attention and gentle voice were reassuring. Even when something went slightly wrong, it was never harmful, just different. By afternoon, Aerith insisted on taking Alex to the balcony garden. The alien had introduced strange, glowing plants that seemed almost alive. They hummed faintly, resonating with Aerith's energy. "Why are these plants glowing?" Alex asked, crouching to examine them. "Photosynthesis with light emission," Aerith explained. "They generate energy and mood stabilization simultaneously." The next morning, Alex woke to the soft hum of the apartment. The sun streamed through the windows, casting a warm glow across the living room. But something felt different. A faint shimmer of light flickered along the walls, moving as though it were alive. Alex sat up and blinked. Aerith hovered a few feet above the floor, their glowing markings pulsing gently, a faint aura of energy radiating around them. "Morning," Alex said cautiously. You're floating again?" "Yes," Aerith replied simply, descending gracefully to the floor. "Levitation assists in energy conservation. It is also efficient for observation." Alex rubbed their eyes. "Right, efficient observation. Got it." As Alex got ready for work, Aerith followed silently, their movements precise and fluid. When Alex poured cereal, Aerith extended a hand and the spoon hovered in midair, stirring automatically. Alex laughed nervously. "Okay, that's new." "It is helpful," Aerith said. "Efficiency improves outcomes." Alex shook their heads, smiling despite themselves. Life with Aerith was chaotic, yes, but it was productive chaos. By midday, Alex left for work, leaving Aerith in the apartment. But when they returned, they found something unusual. The front door was open and the lights in the hallway flickered. Alex froze. "Aerith?" they called. From the kitchen, a soft glow appeared. Aerith stood calmly, levitating a small floating device that hummed faintly. Several items on the counter had rearranged themselves. "I apologize for the disturbance," Aerith said. "Energy flux required adjustment." Minor incident outside the apartment. "No threat remains," Alex frowned. "Incident? What kind of incident?" Aerith's amber eyes met Alex's. "A delivery drone malfunctioned. I intervened to prevent damage. Your safety is priority." Alex blinked. "You fixed a drone? With what? Magic?" Aerith tilted their head. "Not magic. Manipulation of energy, subtle telekinesis. Minor capabilities, harmless to humans." Alex laughed, half in disbelief. "This is insane." The next few days brought more surprises. Aerith's abilities were small but impressive. They could lift objects without touching them, adjust temperature precisely, and even enhance the glow of certain plants to help them grow faster. Alex began to realize that living with Aerith was not just about adjustment. It was a lesson in patience, observation, and curiosity. Even ordinary tasks became fascinating when Aerith was involved. One evening, Alex was cooking dinner when Aerith hovered near the stove, gently adjusting the heat. "You are overcooking the vegetables," Aerith said. "Optimal temperature is slightly lower." Alex frowned. "I think I can handle cooking myself, thank you." Aerith smiled, or at least Alex thought it was a smile. "Observation. Humans sometimes need guidance. I provide it." "You may accept or ignore," Alex laughed. "Fine, I'll let you help this time." The vegetables cooked perfectly, and Alex had to admit, Aerith's guidance improved the meal. As they ate, Alex watched Aerith move around the apartment, noticing details they had missed before. Every motion was purposeful, every glance attentive. The alien's presence was calming, even when it caused chaos. But life outside the apartment began to reflect Aerith's abilities as well. On a walk to the local store, Alex noticed that people stared. A small child pointed and whispered excitedly, "Look, that's the glowing roommate." Alex chuckled nervously. "Don't do anything weird," they whispered to Aerith. Aerith ignored the warning. With a simple gesture, a small floating orb appeared above the child, displaying harmless holographic images that made them giggle. The crowd around them gasped in amazement. Alex felt both proud and embarrassed. "Seriously, people are going to talk." Aerith's eyes glowed brighter. "They already do. Curiosity and attention are natural reactions. No harm intended." Later that week, minor chaos struck again. A local repair drone malfunctioned near the street outside the apartment building. Alex rushed to the window to see Aerith hover outside, subtly manipulating the drone to prevent a collision with pedestrians. Energy pulses danced around their hands, invisible to most but faintly visible to those with sharp eyes. "Why do you even?" Alex muttered, watching in awe. "Protection is priority," Aerith said simply. "Humans underestimate risk." "I do not," Alex sighed. Living with Aerith was exhilarating, exhausting, and sometimes terrifying, but always fascinating. The alien's abilities were subtle enough to be helpful, yet striking enough to draw attention. One evening, Alex returned home to find Aerith waiting by the balcony. The city stretched below, alive with lights and motion. Aerith held a small, glowing sphere that rotated slowly in the air. "This is a projection device," Aerith explained. "I can simulate environments. It may help you understand my world better." Alex leaned closer. "Simulation? Show me." The sphere expanded, projecting a holographic landscape of Aerith's home planet. Mountains shimmered with bioluminescent rivers. Skies glowed in green and blue streaks, and creatures unlike any Alex had ever seen roamed in harmony with the environment. "It's beautiful," Alex whispered. "Yes," Aerith said softly. "You see the balance of life. My people live in harmony with energy, nature, and each other. I seek to share a fragment of that with you." Alex felt a strange warmth in their chest. They had expected an alien roommate to be chaotic, intrusive, maybe even dangerous, but Aerith's actions were protective, thoughtful, and unexpectedly gentle. "You know," Alex said after a pause, "I never thought I'd say this. But I'm glad you claimed me." Aerith tilted their head. "Acknowledged. Human sentiment recorded." The bond between them grew stronger with each passing day. Alex learned to anticipate Aerith's movements, to understand their glowing cues, and to appreciate the subtle ways the alien enhanced their life. And yet, Alex knew that the outside world could not ignore Aerith's abilities forever. Whispers and glances were increasing. People were curious, and curiosity could turn into attention, and attention could bring problems. But for now, inside the small apartment, life felt extraordinary. Alex and Aerith had found a rhythm, one part human routine, one part alien precision, and all parts unpredictable adventure. As night fell, Alex sat on the sofa, watching Aerith adjust the balcony plants with a gentle glow of energy. "You really are different," Alex said quietly. Aerith's amber eyes met theirs. "Different is not negative. It is evolution. You humans may learn. I may learn. Together we are stronger." Alex nodded, a small smile forming. For the first time, they felt that living with an alien was not just manageable, it was exciting. Dangerous? Sometimes. Confusing? Often. But exciting. And as they drifted off to sleep that night, Alex realized that Aerith's claim was more than a ritual, more than a promise. It was the start of a partnership that could change both of their lives forever. The city had changed. Alex noticed it the moment they stepped outside the apartment that morning. People were whispering, pointing, and sometimes stopping to stare. The soft glow that trailed Aerith wherever they went made them impossible to ignore. What had once been just another busy street now felt like a stage. Alex sighed. "Great. Everyone knows about you now," they muttered. Aerith hovered beside them, their glowing markings pulsing faintly. Observation attention is increasing. Some humans are curious, some wary. It is not harmful, yet vigilance is recommended. Alex nodded. "Yeah, vigilance. Got it." The first sign of real trouble came that afternoon. Alex returned home from work to find a small group of unusual beings lingering near the apartment building. They weren't human, at least not entirely. Their skin had a metallic sheen, and their eyes glowed faintly red. They moved with precision, like predators observing prey. "Who are they?" Alex whispered. Aerith's glow brightened slightly. "Visitors from a neighboring faction. They believe my claim of you is improper. Their presence is a challenge." Alex's stomach dropped. "Challenge? What does that mean?" "They may test loyalty, strength, or understanding," Aerith explained calmly. "Humans are unprepared for such assessments. You must follow instructions carefully." Before Alex could respond, one of the alien figures stepped forward, their voice sharp and commanding. "Aerith, release the human. They do not belong to you." Alex froze. Their pulse quickened. This was unlike anything they had experienced. Aerith, however, remained calm. "Release is unnecessary," Aerith said evenly. "The human has been chosen. Our bond is valid." The alien narrowed their eyes. "Choice is irrelevant. We will test it. Prepare yourselves." Alex felt a surge of fear, but also an odd excitement. Aerith's calm presence was grounding. Okay, what do we do? Alex asked quietly. Observe, follow, and adapt, Aerith replied. Do not panic. You are capable beyond your current understanding. I will guide you. The test began in a nearby park. The aliens surrounded them, creating an invisible barrier. Alex instinctively stepped back, but Aerith moved forward, their glow intensifying. Stay close, Aerith said. Trust is necessary. The lead alien snapped their fingers, and suddenly the environment shifted. The park seemed to distort, trees bending, the ground uneven. Alex stumbled, panic rising. Focus, Aerith instructed. Use perception, not fear. Alex concentrated, trying to steady their breath. They noticed subtle patterns in the shifting environment, how the trees bent, how the ground moved. Slowly, they began to anticipate the changes, stepping carefully to avoid obstacles. Aerith guided them silently, their energy radiating confidence. The aliens watched, their red eyes sharp, but Alex felt an unexpected sense of strength. Despite fear, they were adapting, thinking faster than they ever had before. After a tense moment, the city was quieter than usual that morning. Alex noticed it immediately. The usual hum of traffic and chatter felt subdued, almost tense. Something in the air told them that today would be different. Aerith, Alex said nervously, glancing at their roommate who hovered near the window with a calm aura. Something feels off. Aerith's amber eyes narrowed slightly, glowing brighter. Observation correct. The faction that challenged us is preparing for a confrontation. They do not accept our bond lightly. You must remain close and attentive. Alex swallowed hard. Right, stay close. Got it. By midday, the first signs appeared. A group of alien figures, larger and more imposing than the previous visitors, approached the apartment building. Their movements were precise, their intentions unmistakable. They were here to test the claim, and this time the stakes were higher. Alex's heart raced. We can't fight them. I'm just me. Aerith hovered closer, their glow a calming presence. You are not just yourself. You are a human capable of ingenuity, courage, and adaptation. I will guide, but your participation is required. The confrontation began in the courtyard outside the building. The alien faction formed a circle, their eyes glowing a deep red. Alex stood beside Aerith, feeling small yet strangely reassured by the alien's presence. The lead alien stepped forward, their voice sharp and commanding. Aerith, your claim is challenged. Human is not suitable. Prove worthiness or release is demanded. Aerith's glow intensified, casting warm light across the courtyard. Release is unnecessary. The claim is valid. Human is capable. You will witness this. Alex felt panic rising, but Aerith's calm, steady presence helped ground them. They remembered the lessons of the previous tests. Adapt, observe, and trust. The lead alien raised a hand, and suddenly the courtyard shifted. The ground trembled, walls seemed to stretch, and invisible forces pushed Alex and Aerith toward each other. It was a test of coordination and resilience. Stay focused, Aerith instructed. Do not react impulsively. Observe patterns, Alex concentrated, their mind racing to anticipate the changes. They noticed subtle cues. The way shadows moved, the vibration of the ground, the shifts in the air. Slowly, they began to match their steps with Aerith's movements. Relying on instinct and trust, one of the aliens lunged, sending a shockwave of energy toward Alex. Reflexively, Alex dodged, and Aerith's energy shielded them from the worst of the force. It was not just protection. It was a partnership, a dance of human and alien working together. You are doing well, Aerith said calmly. Continue. Trust yourself. Alex felt a surge of determination. They moved in sync with Aerith, anticipating the attacks, dodging and finding small openings in the alien faction's formation. The courtyard became a stage for cooperation, strategy, and courage. After tense moments that felt like hours, the lead alien raised a hand. The shifting energy ceased. The courtyard returned to normal. The alien faction studied Alex carefully, their red eyes narrowing in thought. You survived, the lead alien said finally. Unexpected. Your species demonstrates creativity and courage. The claim is acknowledged. Alex exhaled, leaning heavily on Aerith. I can't believe it. You believed, Aerith said simply. Belief and action are what matter. Human resilience is greater than perceived. The alien faction retreated, disappearing into the city without another word. Alex felt a mixture of relief, pride, and exhaustion. They had faced real danger, relied on instincts, and survived because they trusted themselves and Aerith. Back in the apartment, Alex collapsed onto the sofa. Aerith hovered nearby, their glow softening to a gentle light. "You were incredible," Alex said quietly. "I never thought I could do any of that." "You acted with adaptability, courage, and cooperation," Aerith replied. "Qualities valued by many species. You proved the claim valid." Alex smiled weakly. "So it wasn't just luck?" "No," Aerith said calmly. "It was effort, observation, and trust. Your species has potential often underestimated." For the first time, Alex felt a deep sense of pride. They had faced real danger, survived, and discovered strengths they never knew they had. The claim that had seemed confusing on day one now felt protective, purposeful, and even comforting. Over the next few days, life in the city returned to its usual rhythm, but Alex felt different. They moved with confidence, carried themselves with a new awareness, and appreciated the lessons Aerith had shared. The alien roommate was no longer just a companion. They were a teacher, protector, and partner in a world that suddenly seemed larger and more complex. One evening, as they watched the city lights from the balcony, Alex asked, "Do you think we're ready for whatever else comes?" Aerith hovered beside them, their glow reflecting in Alex's eyes. "Preparedness is a state of mind. You have learned quickly. Together we can face challenges unknown." Alex nodded slowly. I believe you, and I believe in us." Aerith's amber eyes pulsed softly. "Acknowledged. Trust strengthens bond. Cooperation ensures survival. Your growth is remarkable." The bond between them had grown stronger with each trial. The claim, once strange and confusing, was now a symbol of partnership, trust, and shared strength. Alex realized that humans, underestimated by other species, had unique qualities, resilience, adaptability, and creativity that made them formidable when they believed in themselves. As night fell, the apartment glowed softly from Aerith's light and the balcony plants. Alex felt a sense of calm, safety, and belonging. The city outside was vast, unpredictable, and full of challenges, but inside, with Aerith by their side, they were ready for anything. "You know," Alex said quietly, leaning back on the sofa, "I didn't think I'd survive today. But I did, and I feel stronger." "You are stronger," Aerith replied simply. "Humans often underestimate themselves. You must recognize your own capabilities." "I have." Alex smiled softly, feeling warmth spread through them. For the first time, they understood the true meaning of Aerith's claim. It was not ownership, control, or obligation. It was partnership, protection, and mutual respect. And as they watched the city lights flicker below, Alex realized something else. Life with Aerith, with all its chaos, challenges, and surprises, had changed them forever. The claim had been tested, their bond proven, and now Alex knew one undeniable truth. Together, human and alien could face anything. Tomorrow would bring new adventures, new lessons, and perhaps new challenges, but for now, Alex felt ready, stronger, braver, and more confident than ever before. Aerith hovered silently nearby, aware of the human's thoughts and emotions. They had made the claim, guided the human, and watched them grow. And in that quiet moment, the apartment felt more like a home than ever. The journey was far from over, but Alex was no longer just a human trying to survive in a strange world. They were a partner, a survivor, and someone who had proven that humans were capable of more than anyone had thought. And with Aerith by their side, there was no limit to what they could achieve together. The apartment was quiet that morning. Sunlight streamed through the wide windows, casting golden patterns on the walls. Alex stretched, feeling something they hadn't felt in a long time: peace. Aerith hovered nearby, their soft glow pulsating gently as if in tune with Alex's calm mood. "Morning," they said. "Vital signs indicate optimal rest. Energy levels sufficient." Alex smiled. "Morning, you seem relaxed today." Aerith tilted their head. "Observation. Calmness is contagious. Your mood influences my energy flow. Harmony strengthens both parties." Alex laughed softly. "Well, I guess we're in sync then." The past few weeks had been extraordinary. From the moment Aerith had claimed them, Alex's life had changed completely. They had faced tests, danger, and moments of uncertainty. But each challenge had brought them closer, teaching lessons about trust, resilience, and the strength humans could achieve when they believed in themselves. As Alex moved around the apartment, tidying up after breakfast, Aerith floated gracefully beside them, occasionally adjusting small items or lifting things gently with their energy. The apartment felt alive but peaceful, a perfect balance of human comfort and alien efficiency. "You know," Alex said quietly, "I never thought I'd enjoy living with someone like you." "But I do, more than I expected." Aerith's amber eyes pulsed softly. "Acknowledged. Mutual benefit is realized. You have adapted well to my habits, and your presence enhances my purpose." Alex chuckled. "Guess we make a good team, huh?" "Yes," Aerith replied simply. "Strong teams endure challenges and grow stronger together." That afternoon, Alex decided to take Aerith outside for a walk. The city had returned to its usual rhythm, but there was a noticeable difference in the way people reacted. Whispers still followed them, and curious glances were cast at Aerith's glowing presence, but Alex no longer felt nervous. Confidence had replaced fear. "You don't seem worried anymore," Aerith observed. Alex smiled. "I've learned that worrying doesn't help. We handle what comes. And besides, you've got my back." Aerith's glow pulsed softly, a sign of approval. "Reciprocal protection is valued. Your courage is notable." They walked through the streets, noticing small details Alex had ignored before. The way the sun reflected off the glass buildings, the chatter of people, the smell of food from street vendors, everything felt vibrant, alive. Life had become richer, fuller, and strangely exciting. As evening approached, they returned to the apartment. Aerith suggested a small activity, a holographic simulation of their home planet. The glowing orb expo